Good morning, my water signs. This is your tarot reader for the month of February 2026. So, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Let's see what's coming for you this month. So, we always start with a card, an oracle card for what came in for you this month. Then we're going to do your tarot card reader for your placements. And then we're going to do something different this year. We're going to end with a message from Spirit on a spell that you might need to do or can do. Let's see what we're going to start out with. We're going to use the Moonology deck. All righty. This is definitely a message from Spirit because we are talking about water signs, and especially for Scorpio because this is the new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. All right, my water signs, I don't know what's going on, but you are being asked to work through your fears. What is holding you back? What is scaring you about this month? Do you have an important appointment? Do you have some bills that might be coming in? Do you have a relationship that you're worried about? This is a collective reading, so you know what message that is for you. All right. The first house that we're going to definitely look at is your relationship house, right? This is all about family, friends, interpersonal relationships, current lovers, possible lovers that you may encounter. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say in regards to your relationships. The King of Cups. Alrighty. What an appropriate card for a relationship. This is the most romantic man in the deck. This is Mr. Lovely. He's kind, he's caring, he's genuine. He has all the heartfelt aspects of his character that you like in people. So this is someone in your household. Is this a grandparent? Is this a father figure? Is this a new husband, a lover? Whatever it is, this is someone who's going to be there for you, who's going to really be kind to you, who's really going to genuinely show love and affection towards you. This is definitely someone that is good for you to have during the month of February. What's interesting is this is a water sign. And once again, we pulled up Cups. Cups is also a water sign. It's a card of emotions. Okay? This can also represent big emotions in the household. However, because it is the King of Cups and it is in upright positions, those big emotions are going to be good big emotions. It could be a celebration. It could be someone's getting engaged. It could be a new birth. Whatever it is, it's going to be really good, big, positive, loving, and caring emotions. All right, let's see what's happening in your house of resources. House of resources has to do with financial issues, work, jobs, material aspects. It could be the physical structures of where you live. So let's see what Spirit has to say about that. I love this deck. It's so easy to shuffle. And it's so pretty. Take a look at the backs. Look at the vintage style in the front. Love it. Yep. Card, we got a jumper, and as always, we read jumpers because that's really a sign from Spirit that this message has to come to you. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. Of course, these are some really powerful messages from Spirit. Because the same way we had the King of Cups for emotions and relationships, we have Pentacles, which is all about money and material aspects of your life. So what this card is telling us is that in terms of your work, school, household, it's time to really pay attention to the details, right? The devil's in the details. It's time to really slow down, take your time, and look at what's happening. And you might have to work a little bit more diligently. Maybe this is something where At work, there's a lot going on. You're under deadline, and you really got to produce. You got to produce and get it done. However, in doing all that, don't rush it. Pay attention. Okay? If you're writing those emails, proofread your writings. If you're doing construction on your house, make sure you take your time. Use quality work. Don't just take shortcuts. Okay? Take a look at your bills. This is also very important. Look at your credit card receipts. Make sure you're not being overcharged. To me, this card is all about the details in the work. Okay. Now, we're going to look at some of the challenges that are coming for you, water signs, during the month of February. And remember, challenges are not always negative. They're not always bad. They're just little hiccups. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is usually about stealth. It's usually about something being taken away from you. Could be a card of deception. Because it's in reverse, it's basically things are going to be brought to light. You're going to be able to see what's been hidden from you, what's been taken from you, who's being shady towards you. You're going to be able to see that. Nobody's going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes. Nobody's going to be able to get, to sneak around you or do whatever. The challenge is, though, however, it's going to be a little difficult for you. Okay? It's going to be difficult for you to actually see what's going on. When I look at this card, especially in the reverse, but has a challenge, this reminds me of when you're sitting there and you're like, did that really happen? I'm having a hard time believing that. That's the challenge. The challenge is you're doubting what you think or what you see. Let's move on to your strength. Okay, for your strength card, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. I love this lady. Okay. And I'm using male, female, but it could be non-binary. This is a collective reading. How do you interpret the gender specifics is up to you. But the Queen of Wands, she's a vivacious personality. She's a lot of fun. She's very creative. She's very energetic. The kind of person, the one that comes into the room and lights it up, the person you always want at your party because they are a good time. Okay. They're also an inspirational person. They're the kind of person that can really help you move forward with your dreams, with your desires. Okay. They're the ones who always support you in doing that, in your creativity. So that's the strength. Okay. Now, when I read the strength card, I always read that about you and not someone into your life. Okay. So to me, this feels like you are really going to get a burst of energy during February. You're going to really put yourself out there more than you did before. You're going to start like, hey, you're going to have these positive feelings. You're going to be around some positive people. You're going to be motivated to help others. Okay. So that to me is a real strength card, especially when we're looking at, you got a lot of work to do, but you're the one who's going to get the team together to do it. You're the one that's really going to light up the room and say, come on, guys, we can do this. We can get it done. Okay. You're going to be the leader in all of that. What's interesting is, too, when we saw that we had the King of Cups, and now we're looking at you, the Queen of Wands, and I apologize because I accidentally put the King of Cups back into the deck, and I didn't mean to do that. But basically, what I'm looking at, you as the queen of inspiration matched up with whoever this King of Cups is going to be a good pairing. There you are. The reason why I really just didn't want to talk about it, but I wanted to show it because I want to show you what they look like together. Look at this. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Okay. Look, they're both looking in the same direction. So they're in agreement with what's going on. You're both, one is very caring and loving and supportive. The other one's very inspirational. You're both looking in the same direction. So for February, you're both have the same vision and the same mission or inspiration. So whoever you're helping, whoever you're working with, you're going the same way. Okay. These are two very, very powerful cards to have in your reading for the month of February, my water signs. Now, something new that I'm going to do, and this might take a minute or two. I am adding the magical spell cards to your reading. And we're going to see what message Spirit has for you. And then I'm going to read from the actual book because it's a lot there, but it's worth it. It'll take an extra minute to see what's the spell that you can create if you choose to during this month of February. What message does Spirit have? Okay. Let me take a look at this. Passion. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. How amazing is that? Now, before I read the spell, I just want to remind you of something. Something else that both of these two cards have is passion. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. Both of them have passion. One has passion for relationships, and the other one has passion for new events, careers, and creativity, whatever. But they both symbolize passion, and here Spirit is giving you the card of passion. Now, let me just read real quick. I'm moving right to, passion spell. The best time for this spell is during the waxing moon on a Wednesday or Friday at 3, 6, or 9 o'clock, either a.m. or p.m. You will need a red candle, frankincense oil, orange oil, and something to carve with a bowline or something pointy. Be careful. Go to your sacred altar and visualize a beautiful ring of deep rose-colored light sparkling all about you, protecting you, and infusing you with its energy. Begin to breathe in and out. Count 3 counts in and counts for pause, then 3 counts out. See this deep rose energy being surrounding you in See this deep rose energy being birthed in and beautiful pink energy being breathed out with every breath, infusing you within with loving, beautiful passion. Take the candle and anoint it with 3 drops of frankincense oil, 1 drop of orange oil. Warm the wax between your hands and breathe in the beautiful healing energies of oils. Set your candle on your altar. Light it and keep it burning for 9 minutes. During this time, gaze into the flame and feel it connecting with your internal flame. I like that. Chant. Here's the chant. And you can always pause, go back, and write it down. Rise, passion, rise up high. Inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Let my power surge once again into the world. Owen, by the power of 3 by 3, as I do as I do will, so mow it be. And you say that 3 times, okay? When you feel your inner flame burning high again, blow out the candle. Okay, sorry. They have that in the book, but I don't like that. I'm not a believer in blowing out candles. Wet your fingers, put it out that way. To me, when you blow out a flame, especially during ritual, it's almost disrespectful. See your inner flame burning bright, and then set the circle of rose-colored energy shimmering, glowing brighter and gentle. Be reabsorbed into the world, sending this energy out to be manifested. Alrighty. Let me just see if there's anything else. That's about it. So they also have a thing, frankincense is best, but it can be also very expensive. Sandalwood oil can be used effectively. All right, so this is the first time I'm really using this deck and this book. Something that I believe in is you can create your own rituals, okay? You do not have to follow exactly what the author of the book says. You can look for your own ways of anointing your candles, your own herbs, your own oils, whatever it means to you. You don't have to use the exact chant. You can create your own chant. Okay, but I just wanted to read it from here in case you wanted to use this one. Okay, all right, my water signs. This was a great time for me to read. Welcome back to Urban Forest, and we will see you what's next month, March. Okay. Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Sorry about that. Wow, isn't that great to get the King of Cups on the month of Valentine's? What a great card for that. All right, bye.